Hi, I'm Todd Wente, and this is the Daily 180. 180 seconds of motivation and inspiration intended to help you take action and make some progress in your life. This is episode 568 of the Daily 180 and Tribe of Mentors. We're still working through it. Again, we get to another quote by Tim Urban. And again, this is one that kind of impacts me an awful lot because it's one of those pieces that when I first read it, I said to myself, that's exactly how I feel. And as I've read it more and more, I've thought, man, he's really hit this on the head. Let me share it with you and see if you can agree. He says, next page. He says, you can kind of group all careers into two major buckets: careers where you're the CEO and careers where you work for a CEO. He says, but neither of those paths is inherently better or worse than the other. And he goes on to explore that a little bit about why sometimes we have people trying to make people feel like, well, if you're not a CEO, you're really not all that important. You're really not all that good. You know what? It's easy to believe that. We see articles written about CEOs. We see videos made about CEOs, right? We see all kinds of things that are going on where they laud the CEOs and they don't talk at all about all of the other people that are working within the organization. But the truth is that if everybody was worried about being a CEO, then there would be no organizations. There would be no Microsoft. There would be no Apple. There would be no GE. Some of these places where these CEOs have been lauded almost as demigods, they wouldn't exist because all of the work that is done, very little of it is done by the CEO. The CEO's job is to cast a dream and tell people, hey, this is where we're going. Who wants to come along for the ride, right? Kind of like Tom Sawyer. But all of the work really gets done by the Huck Finns of the world who said, all right, I'll try and do that for a little while. You know what? This isn't such a good deal. I'm going to do something else for a little while. You know what? That one has sucked even more. I'm going to go and do this for a little while. That's where most of us find our times being spent, right? We're the kids that Tom Sawyer talks into painting the fence. And he says, hey, this is a great thing. You got to paint a fence. You had a lot of fun, didn't you? Well, congratulations. I'm going to go and cash my stock options. Let me tell you something. Regardless of whether you're the CEO or not the CEO, the key is commit yourself to making progress in whatever it is that you do and watch for opportunities to come open to provide that service at ever better levels and at ever better levels of service and ever better levels of perfection. Not that you'll ever be perfect, but that you can improve the value of your service and make it more valuable for other people and for other organizations. That's what matters. Not whether your title is, not whether or not you're the guy on top, but how you handle the time that you have and the work that you have put in front of you. I wish I had more time, but I'm running out of time. If this is something that you're thinking about and something that is making you think, hey, let's share it. Let's talk about it. Let's explore it even more, and hit the button to subscribe. Hit the button to, or hit the bell to be reminded, because you never know when we might be continuing this conversation. In the meantime, as I always say, go forth and conquer. My name is Todd Wente. This has been the Daily 180. We'll see you next time.